Morning, Shed Talk. Keep evolving. So, another week gone. They're flying for me these weeks. Weeks seem like months, and just like the months seem like years. Flying. My youngest, Willow, she's 4. Where's them 4 years ago? I'm 54. I was thinking yesterday about when I had my 50th birthday. Angela's birthday next week. She's 45. Where's this time going? What have we created and manifested in our lives jointly between us? We have a lovely premises, we have a lovely shed, we have a lovely house, lovely children. And where's that come from? Thoughts. Everything around you, somebody's thought about it and it's manifested. The treadmill, the ski erg, the weights, the bike, the matting, it's manifested and come into somebody's reality. Because what you think about comes about. Because your mind affects your body, and then in turn, your body affects your mind. Emotions and feelings. We get into a state of resistance, then we start to feel that resistance in our mind, and we're thinking resistance thoughts, we're thinking there's no way out of it. And if you start to feel there's no way out of it, sometimes you feel like you're a rabbit in headlights, and you can feel trapped within yourself. If you think there's a way out of it, that's not a dead end. I can turn left, I can turn right. I've got a choice, I've got an option. You tend to start to see a way out of it. I truly believe this next statement. We have all the resources to be able to deal with our internal conflict. We have all the resources within ourselves to be able to do that. We just need to allow and train ourselves to get into that place of least resistance, so we can focus on the aspects of our life that we want to maintain. And I suppose that's all I do from getting up, wanting to maintain that part, what I know serves me well. So, an example. So I've got up this morning, put the coffee on. Well, I put the coffee on, I go and sit and see where I am today. So I'm locking on. So I have a concept called lock on, lock off. So I'm locking on to my emotions and feelings. How am I when I get up? So I've locked on. That's interesting. I had a sense of, so I put the telly on, and I'm like, no, I don't put the telly on. I go on to my motivational page, my little diary where I write things down, and I start to read. Then what I'm reading is triggering off emotions and feelings, and it changes my state. As positive people born, or as positive people made? For me, I think it's a learned behaviour. It's a learned behaviour. We learn from being a very small child to the day we pass. Make it a daily practice. What can you learn today? What can you learn today to keep you in that place of least resistance, to keep you moving forward? People are feeling boxed in at the moment with the COVID situation. I was going somewhere the other day, I was in my car and I was listening to the radio. There's been a drop on activity, physical activity. I know people are not going to the gyms because they're closed, and I'm fortunate to have my own shed, what's full of gym equipment. This time around, there's been a decrease in people going out, walking, running, cycling. And I know we're in the winter months, and the last lockdown was coming in towards like the summer. There's been a decrease in it. People are responding differently this time. And they're responding differently through choice. We've got to become bigger than the environment. We haven't got to allow the environment to suppress us and keep us to doing or not to doing what we used to do. If we get out and be active, you're going to be in a different part of your mind. Don't get up in the morning and just put the telly on. Look at something what's going to inspire you. Look at something what's going to start to move you forward. It might be uncomfortable to start with, because for some, they're getting into that lower part of themselves. But that's the thought. That's the thought. So thoughts produce feelings. Feelings produce behaviours. And then we get the result. When you get up, to change your thought, focus on the behaviour. Be aware of your body posture. I've worked with some people this week, just getting them to move the body posture. Because again, it's this simple. If you move your body and have consistency of moving your body, you'll move your mind. I was working with one chap, he's got his shoulders back here, his chin up, but he felt a part of him wanting to pull himself back down. But he'd been in that way for months of this. So when he's going like this, it's uncomfortable for him. And what's uncomfortable is usually unfamiliar, so you have persistence of doing something new. And with persistence of doing something new, that becomes the new you. You're learning your body to be different. You start to control the body mind that I bang on about, the subconscious mind. You start to control those feelings and them emotions by some movement. And if you're controlling them feelings and the emotions with some movement, you've changed your mind. There's a book out there, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. This is an easy way into it. Success equals success. The more success you have, the more success you start to see. Confidence breeds confidence. The more confidence you start to feel within yourself, the more confidence you start to see. You want to buy a house, all you see is houses for sale. You get that new car, then you start to see that new car. What you lock onto, you're going to get. You've got to learn to lock on and lock off. The lock off is, I need to change my state. How do I change state? What action can I do? What can I start to introduce into my life to change my mind? Because once your mind is changed, you're different. Once your mind is changed, you become different. And all your actions and your decisions tend to come from your feelings. Change your feelings to an action. Just for today, in the morning, focus on how you want to be within that day. Not how you've been. If you give time and persistence to what you don't want, you're going to be in that place of what you don't want. And a negative emotion is 10 times stronger than a positive emotion. Focus on what you want rather than what you don't want. Because if you focus on what you don't want, you're there. If you focus on what you want, you're there. Opposites. Look for the opposites. Give time and attention to the opposite. And you'll start to set yourself free. Movement is key. Movement is key to changing your mind. Do the same thing every day in the same way, you're going to get the same thing. That's okay if it serves you well. But if it doesn't, if you get up in the morning and you go straight onto your social media and straight onto your Instagram, and you sit there scrolling through that, That's okay if you want to do that. What does John want to do? Yes, I use my Instagram and I post things, and I'm posting memories. The days have gone now of collecting photos and you'd have them on the wall. Now we're collecting the photos on social media. Oh, that's my way of, of saving my memories. I do have certain pictures around, what triggered me off into positive states. Look for the change of state. How do I want to be? How do I want to be? People only get so fit when the mind has to take over. You can only get so fit for an Ironman, 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike, 26.2 mile run. You can only get so fit for that. Then it's up here. Who can hold the pain the longest? So if we take that into the normal kind of living, who can hold that positive mindset? Who can stop the negativity from coming in? It's just your thoughts, it's your mind. Don't allow the mind to control you, start to control the mind. And what I mean by that is, how many times has something come into your mind and you've not acted upon it? You start to control it. We do it day in, day out. We have 60, 70,000 thoughts a day. And it's usually the same thoughts every day. Be aware of those thoughts. Because those thoughts, again, are affecting our feelings, and you tend to act from your feelings. Pissed off, not going to do that today. Oof. Fucking lockdowns got me down. It does get you down. Don't allow it to become bigger. Become bigger. Become greater than the lockdown. Do within the rules, of course. Move the body, move the mind. As you can see, I'm quite passionate about my beliefs. And you know something? I only teach what works for John. This is John's model of the world. This is what I've done for 20 plus years. Because I've been in a very dark place in there. Very, extremely dark. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I was in a mental health unit for 8 weeks when I was 28, 54 now. How did I control that? I had movement. I searched for how I wanted to be, not how I didn't want to be. And I've just done it every day since. And built on that. I built on it and evidenced it when you're all science off. What I think about comes about. What wires together finds together. If you don't focus on it anymore, it doesn't fire anymore. So I don't think in that way. Persistence will release the resistance. This is good for your mental health. Somebody said to me not so long ago, you don't really have a deep understanding of mental health. I do. When you've got voices in your head, and they're telling you to do mad shit, you have a good understanding of mental health. I had them voices. I had paranoia psychosis. And this isn't me glorifying it, this is me giving you an understanding of where we're in a place of where it seems dark and dull for people. Let's make it brighter. Let's support each other. Let's talk to each other. Let's be there for each other. And that's irrelevant to any views that you have around the current situation. Vent, talk things out, but talk things into where you'd rather be, not where you don't want to be. Don't play the same record. And I'm getting very technical again with my good day.